create tiny products for a living in 2022. And what I want those of you who are interested in joining our Tiny Revolution community to commit to is quite simple. One tiny product every 30 days, or a minimum of 12 tiny products in the next year. You will be amazed at how quickly, how much fun and enthusiasm and energy and how much ease you will bring into your own life and into your own business simply by dint of committing to one tiny product each and every month. And there are a ton of tiny templates that we have available that we'll be publishing every week to help those of you who are interested in creating a tiny business that makes an oversized impact in 2022. You will not be at a lack of ideas for how to actually transform not only your own life, but the lives of those who are in your ideal audience or quintessential client community. All of these ideas are designed to impact both sides of the street, not just yourself as an entrepreneur, but your audience as well, ethically impacting, sharing your inspired ideas with the world in a way that makes a real meaningful difference. And I want to just give you a couple really simple heuristics that you can use right now to think about or reimagine what it is that you're going to be doing in 2022. So number one, think about your entire process for every piece of saleable content that you create through the following simple metric: collect, connect, and convert. 3 phases. Collect is where you're collecting your own entrepreneurial insights or areas of expertise and ideas. Connect is where you're translating those ideas into audience outcomes. And then the convert phase is where you're turning those into published products and a platform that continues to grow month over month. There are many ways in which you can conceptualize your own areas of expertise. So I like to call this a tiny talk, but what could you talk about for 30 minutes without any preparation, right? What are you passionate about? What areas of interest do you have, or areas of expertise that you could talk extemporaneously like I'm doing right now without any, I have notes in front of me only insofar as I have my computer word processor open and I'm just looking at it loosely. But what are the areas that you could just speak about that you're interested in, that you can turn into a blog, a book, a content collection, a course, a coaching offer, a community? Start there. There is a Mad Lib that I love to use. Again, this is not mine. Got this from someone else who got this from someone else who got it from someone else 30 years ago. The Mad Lib is as follows. People in my niche or industry or market or area, people in my niche suck at X. But if they only had Y like me, they'd have all the Z they need to succeed, right? All you have to do is inject your own the appropriate words in this little Mad Lib, and you'll start to get ideas for your own tiny products that really do make a oversized impact in helping your own audience solve problems that they really need to succeed. Think about this little template as well. Title, type, target, and transformation, and then what I call the Differentiation Declaration. Title, type, target, and transformation, and then unlike other ... So this is where you're distinguishing or differentiating yourself from other courses, coaching, communities, books, platforms, whatever it may be. Title is the name of your book or your course or your tiny product. Type is the type of product or coaching offer or community or content. Target is the specific audience that you're targeting, and transformation is how they walk out a little bit differently by dint of having been introduced to your words and your work. The Differentiation Declaration is unlike other ... unlike other mindfulness books. This book was written specifically for teens with anxiety. Unlike other mindfulness communities, this community is specifically for overwhelmed moms who, have overwhelmed moms on the go, or, athletes or skeptics, or, use the FOR qualifier to specifically identify your audience. Think small, but serious, right? Everything that you create, every area of expertise that you have can be filtered through this FOR exercise, right? FOR, where you're qualifying the very specific target audience for that very specific tiny piece of content, right? So if you're I'll give you a really quick final thought, and then I'm going to end this. But I have a client that had written a book a number of years ago that was kind of successful in the beginning, and then it petered out. But one of the things that he was really excited about, but simultaneously sort of overwhelmed with, was this idea of how to repurpose his existing book, his existing content, into something that could be rinsed and repeated and replicated month over month, and to do these 12 products. And this person happens to be a genius in his own area of expertise. And I said to him, look, just filter all of your content, your courses, your coaching, your community through the prism of FOR. Qualify, let's say, mindfulness, a tiny course about mindfulness for moms, a tiny course about mindfulness for anxious teens, a tiny course about mindfulness for athletes, a tiny course about mindfulness for dads on the go. All you're really doing is taking the same general content that is, you already have the foundation set up, you already have the content written, the core concepts, the core ideas all set in stone, and then you're just modifying each particular course or community or book or podcast or micro course with a specific audience in mind that can be really tweaked in a very small way to create a whole new piece of content that's very applicable to that very specific audience. So you're not really needing to make, using my example of mindfulness, this was not his area of expertise, obviously, but you don't need to make wholesale changes to the content to make a different course for anxious teens than you may for overwhelmed moms, right? We're all human beings, and we all experience the world in similar ways, whether you're a mom or a teen or a dad or a accountant or an athlete or an atheist or a religious person. So all these ideas can be modified quickly and easily to accommodate each specific audience, and that gives you this idea of scale and series and speed and the ability to repurpose the same content over and over in smart and strategic ways. All right, that's it for today. Again, if you're interested in joining our tiny community and committing to making a living in 2022 with tiny products, I invite you to join us at the link below. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you as always so much for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.